Welcome back, everyone. It's time for more AI the Somnium files. In the last one, we completed yet another route, which was, at this point, we had to do Oda's. And upon doing it, we got a different route that exposed, Sejima, or the polar bear, for getting stabbed in the leg with a crane. That brought us on a level of investigation of trying to find out who that could be. Like, who was the polar bear? Eventually, we found him returning to the scene of the crime with a limp. We attempted to bring him in, but it wasn't going to happen, so we went rogue and broke into So's house. Led to a hostage situation because we had Mizuki with us, and we ultimately prevailed against that. Went into a coma, and Mizuki went into our Somnium and saved us, and everything went back to normal as they proclaimed So as the killer, but we have no motive. Strangely, I feel like I just straight up figured out a major part of the mystery here, unless things change, because they very well can, because we have other routes to do. We now have Mizuki's done, and we have Ota's done, but we must see this one, which would be Sinking in the Rain. So we're gonna check that out. So let's begin and see if we can take another path. Now, if I recall, this is Iris's Somnium that we're entering. So if that's the case, I believe everything here is about not murdering the animals in it, I think. Again, we're speeding through it naturally. We need to find where the mental locks split. And I think they split at the start here? They do. So depending on how I interact with this television will determine us being on a different thing. So look at the blood is A, B, watch the murder.
A CRT TV.
We'll spin the dial.
Stop! Please!
What is this video?
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
What?
What?
What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
Alright, we're well on our way to new developments. Alright, with that done, let's check the mirror.
A full body mirror.
We're forced to do something here. Punch it.
Are you sure I can break this mirror?
No, I don't think you have the strength to break
Then why did you ask me?
it. Just punch it, and I'm not a pervert. You see? It won't break.
What was the point of that?
I don't really know what the point of that was. Maybe I do something to the torso itself.
A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
Choke it.
Even my consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
Huh.
I'm tired of this. We have no choice but to investigate.
We're definitely picking a more visceral looking path.
4 minutes.
4 minutes to go. Operating table or medicine bottle?
An operating table.
I'm gonna say no because you used that one in the other route.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Chug it.
Do not pressure me, Date,
Pressure you?
into drinking alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Well, no.
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
A drug bottle that holds...
I'd love people to actually cooperate. Smell it.
a syrupy smell, like sweet almonds.
Syrup? You think they were baking a cake or something?
If it isn't syrup, it's nitroglycerin.
Why is that here?
Nitroglycerin reacts violently upon light impact. It needs to be mixed to lower its sensitivity.
Mixed with what?
Acetone.
Acetone?
It is best that we do not disturb this for now.
Right.
Well, acetone's been brought up a lot with ACET. Is there an option to hit it, maybe? I don't feel like the operating table is what I need to do.
I cannot...
It's probably dangerous.
I agree. We should not touch it if we... Even in Somnium, some things should not be done.
Okay. Doors.
A double door.
Tackle it.
Hi-ya! Hi-ya!
Stop that! You're not helping! A double...
3 minutes.
Okay,
Robert.
open it.
It doesn't open. We don't have to worry about it.
Fine, I guess we'll do the operating table. Sleep.
How does it feel?
Awful. Am I going to be killed? Modified? I'm restless.
Do you think they'll modify you into a grasshopper or a spider?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Alright, well, it wasn't that.
Op-
How about investigating it?
The fabric on the surface is frayed. It appears to be in use despite its age.
They did surgery here?
Surgery or worse.
I don't want to do the one that gives me a skull real bad. I'll check the TV.
An old television.
Hit it.
Iris, what is all this? An old
Turn the dial. That's how the first one went.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's check this new torso.
A torso similar to a fashion mannequin.
Punch it.
I didn't get hit, did I?
There is no effect on your body, Date.
Hit my soul hard enough.
While you were
TV.
unconscious, a television and an old book appeared.
Want to get off this ride.
If my calculations are correct, it will be over soon.
Let's hope you're right.
An
You have less than 2
old-fashioned
minutes,
TV.
Date. Hurry.
Okay. Turn the dial, because that's always what we're supposed to do, apparently.
Please. Help me. Help me.
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Worn out reference book.
It is a thick book.
Rip.
This will be easy. It's more brittle than crumbly cheese. Oh, it disappeared.
Melted down like a grilled cheese.
Was the progress on that meter from that or the other thing? Well, either way, it's no longer active. Gas canister.
A common gas canister.
Smell it.
The smell tingles, like sweet and sour. A ketone. Perhaps acetone?
Acetone, acet, some relation to Iris?
I cannot determine that with the evidence we have. More than likely, it is coincidence. A common...
Well, if we open the valve, won't that make the other thing usable? Or at least somewhat more usable? So let's drop to a fifth and open up the valve.
If you can't, then
It is to be closed?
I think so.
A common...
Then how about I give it a nice, healthy kick?
Are you okay?
It hurts. I might not be able to stand for a while.
Don't give up. I believe in you.
I believe that you are more of a sadist than you let on.
Alright, so that canister's a red
1 minute
herring.
left.
Great. Here I had hope. Rotate the screen a little bit. Hold on. Last calls. Last calls. There's a gun. There's a gun up there. But how we get gun?
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way.
Yeah, might as well burn one. Even if it's the same value.
Shonen?
Don't say it.
Yeah, you were close to violating things. Your weekly
The best I
shonen jump.
could. I am not a cyborg, and thus I cannot reach that height. This is not my fault.
Nobody's blaming you.
A
Dante, you've
revolver.
got less than 30 seconds.
Son of a bitch. There's no way we're hitting this in time.
It is a pistol. It appears to be fixed with a vise.
Why would this be here?
What's this? The trigger. There is a stick in the hole of the trigger guard.
That's suspicious.
A revolver.
Alright, well there's none of that solves my problem. We have a gun, we have acetone, we have the mirror. The medicine
A
bottle,
drug bottle,
do we
but
have
look-
something we can do with it now? No, all of them are grayed out. The gun is grayed out. The locker is mostly grayed out. The mirror
A full body.
is not. That being said, whatever I choose is my last one. So I'll talk at it.
Can you talk?
Can you talk?
What? Don't copy me.
What? Don't copy me.
Pervert. Date is a pervert.
Pervert. Dante is a pervert.
Why do I have to get called a pervert? And twice?
We tried.
Date, we're out of time.
Damn, what the hell is this place?
I don't know. I found a lot of things that felt like they were connected to each other, and then the game just said, no, they're not. We tricked you. It's like, no, how about this? Uchikoshi's a hack. Got him. It's okay.
Less
Everyone
than
knew
2
that
minutes,
after,
Dante.
like,
Hurry.
2 of his games. Let's see. Yeah. We need to progress the meter a little bit. I don't remember whether or not the grilled cheese over here
It is a-
moved the meter or not. Either way, I'm ripping it.
This'll be.
No, it didn't actually at all. Then what was the thing that I did that did do that? I'm guessing it was that TV, because the other TVs are gone. No, they're just uninteractable. But they do put a check mark to show that I've done it before. Alright, investigate it. Give me the bad stuff. Nope, it
1
did.
minute left.
Did I hit investigate instead of turn the dial? I did. I've been owned again. Turn on the dial. Show her eat that bullet. Move the meter. Okay. We've eliminated a lot of options. We know it isn't the gas canister. We know it isn't the gun. We know it is most of the mirror, so... Doors.
A double door.
Now we try both of these and they don't open, and I don't think they're going to change the use of them. The answer to our questions is unknown. We talked at this and we punched it, but we did not look into it. So I shall mark this down to 5. It didn't do a thing.
Dante, you've
I
got
also
less than 30 seconds.
I also skipped it, which probably isn't a good idea. The locker has a check on it, though.
Just a locker.
But why does it have a check on it? Well, as it turns out, I haven't done much on it. How about we do the most time-consuming one and reduce it to 10?
Iba?
It's the one from the previous
alright.
run. Oh, son of a bitch. This Rube Goldberg machine. Rolling that big ball to a smaller ball. That eventually falls off onto another track. The good thing this is on a slant, which then goes to a much more refined looking ball, which then rolls across the screen in a way you may be familiar with, and is seemingly going to fall into a puddle that shoots that into the barrel, which then hits that, which then tips that over, that then hits that hook. That hook is going to then crash into a big ball that bounces off a wall and then starts rolling across the track. I fucking hate him so much. How dare they make this? It's spinning on the ball, and then the ball's rolling. And it's, keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? And then I can't do that. I'm gonna get content ID'd. And then it's gonna roll. It's gonna roll. It's gonna roll. Oh no. It's gonna hit the fucking seesaw they made. It's gonna launch. It's gonna blow that up with the hot nitroglycerin to land there. To then bring the crane a new place to grab that, to shoot that.
That is.
What? But why? That Somnium was dumb. Fuck it, that was like 90 seconds of shit happening. What a flex.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Wow, this is a lot heavier than I thought. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris's Somnium?
The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all. It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Are all memories real?
Pewter, you said that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
About the original killer.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
The red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
About the original and new incidents.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection. Between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
You're just gonna keep making me think that it was me. The blue figure from the sink.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer? You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
I don't know. I've been thinking this for the longest time, you know. That this could totally fit. They keep talking about how you can't know about the original case. He has amnesia, and they keep talking about upping his dosage. Feels like something everyone knows but him. Why'd the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all four?
What about the original Cyclops serial killings?
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really. Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Sure, summarize for me then. Because any attempt to respond to this just kind of makes me roll my eyes.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
Like it's the most comical version of you can't know about this shit. We can't tell you 'cause plot. When it's the exact same case happening again. Where I'm like, oh man, this is the worst version of this. Whatever, we'll have to keep working toward it.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Dot. The subject of they will
Yeah,
not-
we know.
And what about the Cyclops killer? From 6 years ago.
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But...
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
Huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Well, in this case, I won't get hit with a frying pan, so I'm down with this one. Zoom.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Is it time for, yeah. Zoo! Ah.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota.
I was hoping I was rid of you because you're trash, but... Where's Mama at?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should establish you bought a new phone.
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
I like how he says that, and it comes off more of a meta thing of helping you get your facts straight. Say if you're like, just now jumping to this point in time. Never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marbles, so I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing, that you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Great, another interruption. Gah! This game sucks. It sucks so bad. And this time we don't get to see what happens next because it fucking short-circuited my eyeball. Hello? Hello? That kid fucking sucks. I'm not saying he's like a bad person 100% of the time because I did his route and like, you know, he cleans himself up a little bit and, you know, he has some feelings. But also he just kind of sucks most of the time, so fuck him. Also he's a real fucking creep. Oh, hello, Mama. How you doing?
It looks like you're awake now.
Ah, yes. Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Where's Oda? He fucking tased me.
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
Huh? There's a phone.
Date, the boss is calling.
Hold on, I have to take this.
How am I gonna report this one?
Moshi Moshi.
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
Don't tell me it
I
happens the
sent the
same
address
way. Oh, man. Same shit, different day. Yep.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iva, the source.
Identify. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site.
Alright, looks like this scene's gonna be exactly the same, so let's get to it. Vroom. Yep, all that information. Please make it in time. Polar bear. There. What?
Stop!
This is the difference. Okay. What's our ETA? Okay, so literally nothing changed except for this. Are you kidding me?
No!
Oh! Oh! No. Oh no. Leave it to the game to be... Leave it to change my expectations. I was expecting the same old shit, and maybe the investigation would be a bit different. But then as soon as my brain went, no, wouldn't all the same items be there? He turns it on again. Son of a bitch!
No!
So you really get almost nothing out of her character if you go on the left path. She kind of gets owned out of the story. I no longer have to worry about things being uninteresting here. Action turn. What? What? What in the fuck? I only missed a couple minutes. Why is there a bear here? Cool. I mean, oh no. I'm shocked, but what? I need some answers very quickly.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
Help me understand this.
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But
True.
if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
He had no incentive.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Oda had no incentive to kill Shoko. Didn't even know her.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
And his behavior during the video.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream.
Yeah, so what you're trying to illustrate here is that Ota dressed himself up like a polar bear, ripped out her eyeball, threw her on a table, then activated a saw, then live streamed that, took off the costume, then said don't do that, undid it, put the costume back on again, did it, threw her pieces into a corner, then jumped on it and killed himself.
If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first.
This is so fucking stupid.
After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
That would imply that that at first he didn't. What?
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself?
By this logic, he decides that he's going to kill her, then decides he's not going to kill her, then decides he's going to kill her, then does it, then changes his mind again.
I don't buy it.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Yeah.
Oda could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine, and then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims, but Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims, Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
MoMA.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
So,
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras, but again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
me.
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
Iris's mother.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way, no matter what the circumstances were. It seems impossible to me.
Ota's mother.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Renju and Shoko's daughter, Mizuki.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all three victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all four of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous. I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit, to get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Well, we gotta start going places. They're locking us in, too. Marble.
Are you okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
Alright, I think before we even try and dive into the next section, we may just end making these videos longer since I'm ahead, and I'm very, very engaged with the game. I want to make some nice progress each time, because I imagine everyone else, if people are still watching, are probably interested too. So next time, we will begin to investigate the double murder that occurred in this. I cannot believe greatness from small beginnings. The small beginnings being me suffering on the Somnium. But we'll do that next time. Thank you so much for watching. This has been some wonderful AI the Somnium Files. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. My videos are not possible without the generous support of people over on my Patreon. You're seeing their names go across the screen right now. Of course, we have to give some special props to some of the higher tiered patrons, and I'm gonna do so now. They include people such as the Wayfinders, such as Losky3, Dronic LX, Sheep Heavenly, Mr. I Like Bacon, Javier Porksword, Haas Bear, Ed Rodriguez, Matthew Cassidy, Jordan Pastrana, and Azure Counselor. But standing even above them as my ultimate supporters, the organization, the highest tier, includes Kristen Cervantes, Grim Reaper, and Colleen Suarez. Thank you so much to the people who support me over on patreon.com/KZXcellent. If you want your name featured, head on over to the Patreon link in the description and consider supporting and checking out the various perks. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.